I just want to thank Michelle and Ben, who have given me a little bit of courage that this will go well, because for me it's my first time, and I know both of them, having just spoken to Michelle, it was her second time. So Ben, I'm not sure how many times you've been able to present your story, but they were both fantastic and well presented. I think the story for patients that are in the room or carers to be able to take home to their people they are caring for, the two stories you heard this morning were fantastic. I really struggled as to where to start. I am the carer of a 23-year-old beautiful young lady who has a grade 4 GBM. She was diagnosed in November last year, having had a seizure in October, returning from uni games. We went along, they thought it was all going to be fine, not a problem, it's just a sac in your brain, it's got a bit of fluid in it, you'll be fine. Everybody had looked at the MRIs, all the specialists, so we're just going to do a biopsy. We do a biopsy, and it was just the total opposite end. Everything they thought about it was wrong. Okay, the wall of the sac was cancer. The worst you can have for a 23-year-old, for anybody. Finding that out, hearing those words, you just don't know where to go. I remember Emma from Cabrini asking me, do you have any questions? I only had one, but you couldn't answer it. Nobody can. I still don't have an answer. I never will, so I'm never going to ask the question. But you have so many. There's so many fears. I was on my own. I am married, my hubby, Alicia's dad. He just happened to not be there at that meeting when the doctor came in and gave us the gravest news. So a week later, she went back in and had the tumour removed successfully. Again, we then met with the fantastic Ronnie. Again, I was on my own, and when I really got the story about how this is going to happen, what it's going to be, where life's going to go from here. Again, both Ronnie and Emma asked me, do you have any questions? I only had one, and I couldn't ask it, because, like, why? I've been touched before with cancer. In 2002, I had breast cancer. I am a survivor. My father sadly passed away from liver cancer in 2009. So I've been touched plenty of times, but now they've touched the most precious child I have in Alicia. So now we fight. We fight to live. I've learnt so much, and even today I've learnt heaps, but I've learnt a lot along the right way. I've learnt so much about my daughter, how strong she is, how positive she is, about her network of friends, and every last one of those friends that come around that are with her all the time, her uni friends, her school friends, the gaggle of friends that turn up at the door. There are some really, really close ones. One of them's with her today. That are always there, always. I could ring them at any time and say, Alicia needs you. And it's about, I think Ben put it as putting the bus up, building the team. It really is important, because you don't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I had no idea. But Alicia said to me, when we were in her room after Ronnie and Emma had left for the first time, I think it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. I stayed the night. She said to me, Mum, it's the hand that's been dealt me. And I thought, I don't know what to say to you, sweetheart, but yes, it's the hand that's been dealt, and you are so strong. She has goals. We have things to do. She has a lot of things to do, and we're going to do them. No matter what, they're going to happen. So Alicia has hope, she has goals, she has dreams. And as parents, We share them with her. We are there to help her, to guide her, to hold her hand. Alicia and I spend so much time in the car. It's amazing what you can talk about. Some of you will know that. Okay, we go to this appointment, that appointment, some other appointment. Where are we going today? She says, Mum, it's in your calendar. I said, yeah, but I'm your mother. I'm 56. My brain doesn't work that well. Okay, I forget. But there are so many things. Because Alicia, we had a holiday planned in February, a family holiday to go to Hawaii. We'd put it off and put it off and put it off for so many years, and then we made the plan. We were still going. Ronnie gave the approval. We could still go. We'd done radio and chemotherapy for 6 weeks over Christmas and New Year. We could still go before we started chemo. Sadly, 3 days before we were meant to fly out, Alicia had a seizure. And she had quite a few focal seizures, and then she had a generalised seizure. Fortunately, we were at Cabrini Emergency for 24 hours, I might add, but we were there. They looked after her. I had friends come in. One of her dearest friends took her to the hospital. He was there until midnight, you know, just being with me. Chris was unfortunately in Sydney, had only gone that day. So somehow we had to try and get on the phone and get him home again without worrying him too much. And that was probably the hardest thing that I had to do. But Alicia's friend, he knows who he is. Alicia, you know who he is. He was there and he did all the phone calls. He rang Chris, he rang him again. He told him, no, it's all right, it's fine, but it's probably a good idea that you get yourself home. And he was home first thing the next morning. From there, we've had to go to rehab, and I think I just spoke to Michelle about that. And yes, being a 22, 23-year-old in rehab is pretty scary. They had warned us about it. They warned Alicia that you'd probably be the age of all the physiotherapists rather than the patients. And we sort of went, yeah, we had a little bit of a laugh about that, but oh, how hard that was. We did struggle that week, being there in a place where sadly there are so many old folks that are beautiful old people, but it's tough for a young kid. We've got through that, and now we go twice a week, every week, down for rehab. It's a long journey that we have to take, but I'm there for her every day. She could take me every day. I go to work and I say, well, I'm here for a couple of hours, and then I'll be gone for a couple of hours, and then maybe I'll be back. Some days I go back, some days I don't. It depends on how the session goes. I have to be there for Alicia. She is my priority. She is the priority I have. But I have some beautiful bosses at work. One of them sent me a message this morning that she's my support crew, and she is. Right, they're there for me as well. It wouldn't matter how many hours I took off. I could go in at 9 o'clock and leave at 9:30. That would be fine with them. And I'm a manager at my work, and it's really, really hard to manage staff when you're not there. But I have a pretty good crew of staff, and I have a fantastic husband and wife team of bosses. So I have that support group as well. There are lots of areas that I find I have lots and lots of questions, and it's only just recently, being on the Cancer Council, that I have found on their website that there are many support groups out there that obviously I need to find out more about. Because I've been to a social worker, I've had some chats. Most of you carers would know you need someone to yell and scream at. Okay, my carer, I don't know how poor Tori copes, but she copes. She's there for me. I can ring her, I can go and see her, and some of our conversations are probably all one way, and I probably wouldn't want to be on the end of the conversations I'm having with her, but she's there for me. And I encourage you as a carer to make use of those services. They are there for us as well as the patient. They're there to help you. You can talk through things. A social worker can direct you in relation to, you know, do you need financial help? Who can you go and see? Those sorts of things. I'd encourage you to find out from them anything that you can in relation to, especially if you're going to go to the wonderful land of Centrelink, because really I would like to blow them up. And I'm sure if they were in the private industry, they would have been broke a long time ago. But if you can get past them and past the front door, seriously, if you walk in the door and let them know who you are and why you're there, they'll probably put you to the front of the line. Okay? I remember my first experience taking Alicia's driver's licence back to Vic Roads because she was no longer allowed to drive. Oh, had a big night out, did she? No, she's got brain cancer. I went to the front of the line. Now, that didn't mean to come out of my mouth, but seriously, it came out. Like, my daughter's in hospital. She had surgery for brain cancer yesterday, and you asked me the dumbest question. Okay, they do that. You're allowed to react. Don't hold it in, let it out. Okay, because some people just don't realise what it's like. Okay, there are way worse people out there. There's, you know, there's worse people, unhappier people, unhealthier people than me. But we all deserve to be treated with respect. Okay? I think as a carer, I've been frustrated with watching some of the things that have happened with Alicia. Her independence has been lost. She has to rely on mum to drive her around again, having had her licence, been able to go where she wants, when she wants, why she wants. Her mobility after the seizure has on her left side. We're obviously working really, really hard with rehab and going to the gym and those sorts of things to try and get that back. It's the emotional roller coaster. Sometimes I don't know whether to talk to her. I don't know whether not to talk to her. Okay, because it's about where she's at in relation to treatment. Okay, sometimes she's fatigued and, you know, like, mum, don't come anywhere near me. But, you know, you want to be there for them. And then, you know, they push you away because they're tired, they're fatigued, they don't want to talk right now, come and see me later. But sometimes it doesn't come across as that, you know. But it's about, as a carer, trying to understand that. And I've only got that understanding from talking to the beautiful Cabrini group that I have. I probably know them all. I just walk through the place and just keep going. They all go, hi, 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 hi. But I have conversations with them because I have to. I have to have someone to talk to. I have to be able to ask questions. You know, like, why is she like this when this happens? Well, it's probably because of this, this and this. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so now I can watch for some signs and those sorts of things. But sometimes you miss the signs. And sometimes you ask a question and they go, huh, and you go, oh, really, where did that come from? But you always, they know and you know that it's because you both love each other so much that those things happen. Because she cares for me as much as I care for her. So it's really, really tough. Coping with the mental and physical fatigue, those sorts of things, you know, when to try and get her out to do things, when to encourage her, she's gone back to uni, when to encourage her to study, when to try and make her, no, sweetheart, it's time for you to back off from the study, those sorts of things. Eating, she's pretty good at eating, I'm very lucky there. She probably makes me eat better than what I, you know, have done in the past. She's very OCD. If you could come and see our fridge, you would know what I meant. But it's a good thing. It's something that, you know, we can share, we can find things, those sorts of things. I'm really happy that she's OCD in her room because now I can walk in there. But, you know, sometimes she struggles with noise around the house, and we have a little gorgeous miniature snails that makes a lot of noise sometimes, and you just can't keep him quiet. Okay, or you turn the telly up and you need to turn it down, or I'll get a text message. I just love it. I'm sitting in the lounge, front door's open, we've gone to have a nap. Mum, can you shut the front door? I can hear the telly. Like, I do love it, and I do love her, but oh my God, I want to watch the telly. So it's learning those little things about her, the things that change. It's about getting help through the negative and dark times. I think as carers we also have those times, the same as I know Alicia has them. She doesn't always share those times with me, she shares them with her friends. I encourage her to share them with somebody, okay, even if it's not me, as long as she has someone there that she can share with. And I can see from her group of friends she has them. But we have them as well, and you need to be able to find a friend, a support person, someone really close to you, maybe someone who's not even involved, that you can go, run to, talk to, share with. As I said, I have a person that I can go and scream and yell at, and I do regularly. I think the biggest focus we have is finding the positives. We are living with cancer, okay? And we're going to keep living with cancer. It's part of our life now and part of the lives of most of the people that are in the room here. We should encourage ourselves and the people we are caring for to set goals, set small ones, to dream. There's still so much left for us to do, and ask for help. I think they are my three biggest focuses that I have at the moment. So again, I say living with cancer, we focus on the positives, okay? There are many, many positives, as even Ben and Michelle mentioned to us about the things we can do, the things you can still able to do. We dream, set goals. I'm still dreaming and setting goals for myself, and now together Alicia is setting goals for herself, and I will be there to help her achieve those goals. And you know, to be able to reach out and ask for help from all the beautiful people, all the support groups. You know, I can't thank the Cabrini support team, rather large team that I have, that we have in place, to the Cancer Council, to the booklets online, website, CDs, and you know, to the forums and collectives of you people that when we get together and we share to help. We share to help each other, and we share to be there for each other. And I think that's all we can ask. I think the only thing that we've talked about, we need more research, we need more money and those sorts of things. And I think at some stage there we need 24/7 support, because sometimes I'm looking for some support and you guys have all gone home, I'm sorry, because you all have jobs too and you have families to go home to. So somewhere along the line, and maybe they're out there and I just haven't found them yet, there needs to be that weekend support, that after hours support, because sometimes that's when we as carers need support.